Okay, guys, welcome back for part two. I'm going to try to go over this in 6 minutes or less. This would be week 8. I just want to highlight here that the directions for Adventure 4 and 5 are up here on slide 4. For Adventure 4, you're going to think of your question you chose and brainstorm ideas that go along with your question. Then you're going to consolidate those brainstorming ideas into 4 major groups. Okay. Venture 5 is to create an original artifact. You can make artwork, written response, video collage, or poem or song. So slide 10, ignore. You don't have to do anything because we're not cutting and pasting. And I think that was the slide that gave the most confusion. But let me show you how to do 12. This is where you brainstorm. So you just click on your shape and you type in your idea. And I think it's nice to highlight and bold and make it colorful. You do have to do slide 12. So I thought COVID-19, distance learning, the new normal, unregulated routines and habits, self-directed, self-paced. So unregulated means nobody is forcing you to wake up at a certain time and be at class at a certain time. And there's no coaches telling you that if you don't pass, you can't play. So really, you're doing everything on your own. You're deciding when you're going to wake up, when you're going to do your work. Nothing to do on slide 13 since we're not pasting it. Slide 14, continue brainstorming. There are 5 more shapes. This is all about independent learning. This has been a period of adjustment. We are learning how to navigate through this. Most important thing to me is trial and error. Don't give up. Try again. And finally, the benefit of this situation is that we are developing new ways to push through this situation. And that's a life skill that we can use later on. All right, so then you take those 10 concepts you brainstormed and boil them down to 4 categories. Keeping with your question, key concept, distance learning, period of adjustment, new routines and habits. Finally, try again. Don't give up. I think that is the best thing that can happen through all of this, is that as you figure out how to do it, deal with your frustrations, you don't give up, and you find success. I love finding success in any situation and not quitting. It really gives me a sense of pride and accomplishment. Slide 18 is, well, it may not be slide 18 for you, but Adventure 5 is where you create your artifact. So for me, I did a collage. I simply inserted image from the web, typed in my whatever I was looking for, and picked a variety of pictures here. You can see it's basically highlighting these ideas. All right. So inevitably, we just do it, right? We can't just procrastinate and give up. We have to find a way, and we have the ability to do it. So I also chose some very creative pictures to add in. This is optional. You don't have to, but I did. This is like the students trying to find their way through the situation in the modern world, navigating their way successfully. This is a picture of hope and hope for the future. This is a picture of a new person emerging in a new world with strength, energy, creativity, power. And I think that ultimately we will end up being strengthened through the situation. Okay, that concludes Adventure 5, creating an artifact. Now it's time to share your artifact with somebody, maybe your parent, brother, sister, friend, anyone around you. If you can share it with a fellow classmate, fine. So then take their responses and simply write it down here. So following the prompts, how do you respond? The strongest part of your work was done on slides 12, 14, and 15 when you identified all different ideas. Basically, what they liked about your project. A is ask the question. Looking at my artifact, I noticed there's a picture of frustration and a picture of strength and power. So the question is, what do you think more strongly captures your views of distance learning experience? My personal answer would be this one. Final question for Adventure 6 is to give positive suggestion. I think you did a great job and I wouldn't change a thing. I would like to see a more personal touch, like a poem, drawing, journal reflection. So just a little something. You cannot leave anything blank. You definitely have to finish Adventure 6, 5, and 4. So I've given you a good example of how to finish week 8. I hope this answers all questions for you. I just ask that you give your best effort. Don't turn in an empty slide. Don't leave anything out. Don't take shortcuts. Really do your best. I would have greatly appreciate that, and I know you're capable of it. All right, well, thank you for checking in with this video, and I'll see you guys later at the next video. Okay, bye-bye.